All right. Hey, Nicole Cooper here, and we are going to give it a third try to get us up and running. I'll be relentless about this thing. When you are really committed to doing something, it's amazing how many difficulties and challenges happen along the way. So you got to learn to work around them and make it happen. So hello, my name is Nicole Cooper, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I have a really huge announcement that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Plus, I'm also going to give you some insight into how to position yourself for success in business if you are seeking to build a business online, and how to turn your problems into profits, okay? Hey, Patrice. Hey, everyone. Thank you for sticking it out with me. Thank you for showing up and working with me as we go through these adjustments. And let me just tell you, this is a prime example of being relentless. One of the things that we're going to talk about tonight is the number one key to really producing success in life and financially. When you understand this key, you stop allowing things to get in the way. All right. So if this is your first time joining us, I have a huge announcement tonight that I'm going to be making. And I'm also going to be going over some things with each and every one of you, where we will be discussing, and there's a list of things that I have that I'm going to cover with you. We're going to be discussing, the first thing is, we're going to talk about why you've struggled with taking an idea and turning it into income. So many of you out there have a desire to do great and amazing things, and it seems like no matter how much you attempt to make it happen, it's not coming into place. And there's some other things. But before we do that, make sure you write down your6figureyear.com. And I'm going to give you another website I want you to write down, your6figureyear.com. You can do the number 6 or SIX. But I also want you to write this down, okay? Because it's going to be important as we go through the information on tonight. NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass, okay? NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass. And so while we are going over this, I am logging into Instagram, and I'm going to be setting some stuff up over there for all my Instagram peeps. But we're going to talk tonight about a couple of things. Number one, why have you been struggling with turning your ideas into income? Number two, we're going to talk about the number one thing you need to know to get to profits quickly in your business, all right? And if you are not an entrepreneur, but you're somebody who wants to generate some side hustle money, and you want to learn how to just shift and alter your life, and I'm going to talk about some things shortly that applies to the majority of us, you're definitely going to want to take notes and begin to document this information, okay? Another thing we're going to cover is how to turn your problems into profits. Guys, all of us are one idea away from our first $1 million, okay? I'm going to repeat that. All of us are one idea away from our first $1 million opportunity, okay? I'm going to talk about that tonight. I'm going to talk about the greatest thing that frustrates you and why that frustration is positioning you to understand your purpose, your platform, and your profit potential. Write that down. Purpose, platform, profit potential. Okay? We're going to talk about that. Another thing we're going to talk about is the number one frustration that I've dealt with for years that has cost me millions of dollars. All right? And what I'm going to do to put more money in your pocket as a result of me discovering how to overcome that obstacle. We're going to talk about that tonight. And we're also going to talk about what I'm doing to position myself from six figures a year in business to 7 figures, and how it's going to help you put more money in your pocket faster, as well as the one thing you need to stop doing today so that you can begin manifesting the money that you desire in your life starting now, okay? So I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to be a straight shooter tonight. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I do want you to write down NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass. You're going to want that information because it's going to be beneficial for some things that I'm going to be providing for you in the upcoming weeks, starting next week. And I also want you to write down your 6-figure year, that if you have not opted into that yet, go ahead and you opt in, okay? So I'm just logging in here to my Instagram account. We had tech difficulties tonight. Bear with me for a second. Let me just get this up and running, and then we are going to be good to go, okay? So let's see. Let's do a Facebook Live. Instagram Live. All right. So let's start off. I'm going to give y'all the big announcement. Why did this thing turn sideways? Why does this do this to me? Why does this do this to me? Am I sideways, y'all? Technology. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you, when you are filled with purpose and destiny and drive, ish happens. Was it sideways? I'm sorry. We gonna get around all this. So am I straight now? Why is it doing it? Am I sideways now? Or am I straight? Let's see. Let me hop on Facebook. This is amazing. This is like your tech doesn't want to start tripping until it really matters. Okay, cool. So we're straight up and down now. All right. Let's get to getting it, baby. Let's get to getting it. All right. So we're about to kick off Facebook Live now. Okay, cool. You are straight, so I'm straight now. Okay, let's turn this around. Hey, Instagram. So we got you guys going over here. We're going to get Instagram going live. All these different tech tools. Let's pray that the function gets going on today. All right, cool. Y'all can see me, y'all can hear me, and we're going to make this work tonight. Okay, so for those of you on Instagram, welcome. Nicole Cooper here. Big announcement tonight. Let's see if I can turn it this way. Nope, that's upside down. This is like destiny waiting to happen. When all the opposition come your way, when you're in the midst of doing something great, you better know that the devil is mad, baby. He's intimidated by you. All right, he's intimidated because we're about to make some stuff happen. So let me talk to you guys about the number one reason why you struggle with turning your ideas into income. If you've just joined me, I want to welcome you to our live webinar. You can write down yoursixfigureyear.com and also write down NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass. If you don't know who I am an entrepreneur, been an entrepreneur pretty much all of my life. I'm also an online business development strategist, and my goal is to help people take their ideas and turn it into income, plain and simple. I have over 10 years of building businesses on the internet. I've been able to make multiple millions of dollars online, building multiple different businesses. And recently, I just pretty much left a multiple six-figure income in the network marketing industry to branch out and build my own company, where we have a consulting, pretty much a digital marketing agency, consulting company, and a content creation company. My mission, ladies and gentlemen, is to begin to help be a vehicle, a mentor, and just someone that brings community together for those of us looking to build success. Let me explain to you what's behind what I'm doing today, because a lot of times we all think that there's hidden agendas when people are wanting to provide free information. So let me explain to you why I'm putting this together tonight. Something that I realized here, and I'm just going to kind of jump ahead, but I'm going to talk about my number one frustration that I've dealt with for years that cost me millions of dollars. And that frustration, guys, is why I've put this together. I'm telling you about turning your problems into profits. And it's because this was a big problem that I had. And I'm realizing that it is the business that I'm designed to create. And it is the platform and the messaging that I'm designed to produce. Here's been my frustration. I'm an African-American female, obviously, right? And I have had ambition for building success all of my life. I've always desired to build businesses. I've always been drawn to entrepreneurship. I've always been desiring to create success in some way, shape, or form. Here's the catch. I am first generation a lot of things. First generation to go to college. I'm first generation American. I'm not first generation entrepreneur, but I am first generation wanting to build a real sustainable business and build real long-term wealth. So what does that mean? That means that I don't want to be another person in my generation that just makes money for me to live good for now. I truly want to learn what it is that we need to do to create success for the long term so that my children don't have to start over. Here's the number one frustration that I've had, and here's why it's cost me millions of dollars. For those of you who are, many of you can probably relate to this. It doesn't matter what race you are in, but I know that this is very big in the African American community. In the African American community, ladies and gentlemen, nearly every generation has to start from scratch, okay? Nearly every generation has to start from scratch. What does that mean? That means that the majority of our communities, we tend to be in positions where we do want more for our kids than what we had, but a lot of times we're still trying to figure out the way to build legacy-based wealth. Now, as much as a lot of us love to read books, you have tons of shows out there, and you have a gazillion different ways to learn about what it means to build wealth. Here's a struggle that many of us have. Very few of us have access to real solid mentorship from someone that is willing to show us the ropes. Let me see if I can flip this real quick because my phone has to charge. Oh shoot. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can flip it. I don't know if it'll work if I flip it. It doesn't work when we flip it. Okay, cool. Because my phones have to charge, so it's sitting on this thing. But most of us, we don't really get access to somebody who can be able to help show us the process, right? So one of my frustrations has been this. I've been in multiple different network marketing companies. And the truth is that when it comes to the industry of network marketing, you can find mentorship in those arenas because there is usually income attached to somebody helping you, right? But the minute that I made a decision to go launch my own business and begin to really take the vision that I had in my head and bring that thing to life, she has to position camera that way. Others, is the camera working over here on Facebook? Why? Lord Jesus, why? Lord, please get these cameras together. Father, you know we got a message to perform tonight. Please don't let us have no more technical difficulties. What is going on? What is going on? Is the camera working on Facebook? Is it working? Lord, please just touch it, Lord. Just keep the enemy off of what we're doing here. Like, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for technical difficulties. Are we okay? It's working? It's straight? All right, cool. Like, we don't have time for that. You better command and demand that you can be able to operate in the way that you need to operate, no matter what happens. All right, cool. But, Jesus be offense. Jesus be offense. Okay. So here's been the deal. In the process of wanting to branch out and do my own thing, it's very hard to do a couple of things. Number one, it was very hard to find people who mentored me in network marketing to actually be able to mentor me in my transition out into the business space, right? Some people supported me and some people didn't. But at the end of the day, I was forced to start from scratch and figure a lot of things out on my own. And one of the things that I realized is that I'm smart, I'm brilliant, I'm talented, and I'm amazing, and I have all the wonderful things that God wants to give me, but it's still a lot that I don't know. And like they say, you don't know what you don't know. And so I had to pray and ask God to help me be creative enough to see how to bring my vision to life. And it's been a struggle. It has been a true sacrifice of endurance to bring this thing to life. But here's what I discovered. My head was cut off. It ain't gonna be cut off no more, Lord. You're gonna make this work, Father. Jesus, why? Is this crap just falling apart? All right, we're gonna make it work. I'm just trying to put this stuff here so it can be stable and it won't fall over. All right, cool. So here's some of the things that I had to do. Number one, I had to endure the struggle of trying to figure stuff out, right? So right now we're on the brink of launching an amazing company. We're taking it from 6 to 7 figures, and praise God, we have all the right people in place. But I had to sacrifice several things. I had to sacrifice my money, okay? I had to sacrifice my time. I had to sacrifice my social life, and I had to sacrifice my quality of life. Meaning that what I was used to, I sold everything to commit to investing in this process to make it work. But here's what I discovered. The thing that frustrated me the most, not having mentors, not having somebody to go to get guidance, not being positioned to be able to get the support that I need, very rarely finding people to answer the tough questions that I had, all these different struggles that I had, I realized that God was positioning me to get the answers, to bring it to you guys so that we can create an opportunity for us to learn and grow together to begin to break those generational curses of every generation having to start from scratch. Okay. So as painful as the process can can be sometimes in your life with your struggles, your challenges, and your pain points, one of the things that God does is he allows you to go through that pain so that you can begin to understand other people going through that pain. So you can take that process and be committed to helping other people get around, not get around it, but get through it by mentoring them through the process. One of the things that God says in his Bible is don't forsake your assembling of yourselves together. What that means is the ability to come together and help each other out. So let me tell you number one of my HuGE announcements, and then I'm going to go through some stuff tonight so that we can cut to the chase of one of the things that I'm starting to launch to be able to help you take your life and your business to the next level. And then I'm going to go through some of these things that we're going to be working through over the next couple of weeks. We'll be doing tons of master classes and webinars and all this good stuff, because what I want to do is bring this information to you so that you can begin to understand you're not alone, that there is a way through this process, that there are some steps that you need to go through, and then beginning to help you understand. Is my head still cut off? Jesus. Is it still cut off? Y'all know we got some real information to share, right? This must be. The phones are just acting up. Like the Facebook Live is cutting up. I tried 2 other platforms. They didn't go through. And so they said that my face is cut off, but it keeps going in and out. That's how y'all know God gets something big on the other side of this. Here's what I want to get to. Is my face better now on Instagram? Sit back like this? Okay. Is this better? No, you are fine. It's working and no camera issues. Okay, cool. Y'all bear with me, because I know for a fact that there is a calling on my life to bring this information to help you guys. So let's talk about announcement number 1, okay? Announcement number 1. Here's the huge announcement, all right? And this is something that I have had on my desire list since 2010. Many of you guys are seeing a lot of information out here on the internet. There's tons of live events. There's tons of brunches. There's tons of, I don't know, there's all kind of things circulating out there in the marketplace. But one of the things that I felt lacked in the industry was an opportunity to come together, figure out what everyone needs, and then spend the day helping them get solutions to the problems that they have to help them break out in their businesses. All right. So one of the HuGE announcements is this. I have been so frustrated with being isolated away from people, and knowing that if I just sat amongst a group of folks and we brainstorm some things, that we would be able to have major breakthroughs in our businesses and in our goals. As a matter of fact, 2 days ago, I went and sat with a girlfriend, Tina Wheeler. We sat for 2 hours at her house. We started talking about things about our businesses and our goals. And in 2 hours, y'all, it's sitting in the book up underneath here. I had 6 pages of notes front and back with a full system in place for a glitch that I had in my business. And both of us said we need to do this more often. And what I said we needed to do was get together with a bunch of folks who had some goals, sit down and figure out what everybody needs, and begin to help them solve their problems in that day through what I like to call implementation one-day workshops. All right. So the big announcement is one of them. The big announcement is we are kicking off one-day implementation workshops. What does that mean? Listen, I'm not going to have y'all come to no event so I can sit and preach to you, give you a bunch of confusing steps and formulas that don't apply to you. I'm not going to sit around and talk about stuff that don't matter to you. I'm not trying to set you up for some big sale on the end. I'm not going to go around here and try to do what all this other people are doing. That's not what I'm called to do. What I'm doing is, and this is for, let me tell you who this is for. This is not for everybody, okay? This is for people who are building businesses and they're wanting to build their business. They're wanting to use the internet to do it. They've been introduced to the concept of online marketing, but they might be stuck in some of the following areas. You might be stuck with the concept of sales funnel, how to set it up. You might not you want to sell your own products online, but you don't understand where to go to set up your own products online. What does it take? How do you do it? Where do you start? You might just simply have an idea about a business, but you're trying to figure out, like, where do you start and what are some of the first steps that we need to get going to build your online presence. Like, how do I know what to sell? How do I know how to price it? How do I know how to do these things? We're going to begin to have an implementation workshop, and it's going to be a small group of people. And my goal is to take this on the road. I'm having some power partners come who are specialists in other areas, whether they're specialists in copywriting or specialists in offline product development or specialists in, whatever it is. But there's multiple of us that are coming together who have gifts and skills in specific areas, and we're coming together to do an implementation workshop. We are kicking off the first one in Atlanta. Guys, we're only going to have a small group of people. We don't want no more than 40 people. And the reason why is because we want to give you personal attention, okay? But what I want is for you to think about, what is the thing that's frustrating you the most right now? What is the key questions that you're like, if only I can figure this out, this would happen? For example, yesterday I went to Starbucks and I was doing some work, right? And a young lady gets out her car and she's fully geared in her company garment, right? She has on her company t-shirt and she has on her company pants. And she started talking to me the minute she got out the car. She didn't know that I know network marketing very well. And so I could peep game that she's looking at me as a potential recruit, and she probably got excited to see me right out there at Starbucks, and she's ready to rock and roll, with going in on me about what it is that she does. And so she comes, she sits next to me. Hey, what do you do? She started asking me questions. What do you do? Long story short, I asked her, I said, who's your sponsor in your company? Well, she told me who her sponsor was. Her sponsor was my coaching client. So I said, oh, that's my client. I said, let me text her. Let's take a picture. And I took a picture and sent it to my coaching client. And we started, just kind of sharing a little bit about the connection. And the young lady sat there with me, and her appointment didn't show up. So she just started asking me questions, and I ended up giving her a full coaching session. I just said, what do you feel like you're struggling with? What do you feel is your greatest need? How can I help you get your results? And she started asking me. So we going through stuff, and I'm helping her map things out. And I'm just telling her, like, here's some ways that you can grow your business. Here's some mental personal development you need to consider. Don't worry about the people that didn't show up for your appointment. You're not worried about them. You're worried about what is it that you want to accomplish. And you set your goals every single day. And we had a straight up coaching session. And she said, you know what? She said, I came here just for you. It's okay that my appointment didn't show up. I came here just for you. And I said, God did that. Like, there is something called divine connections. But one of the things that we have to stop doing, and here's why, especially in the African-American community, that most of us start from scratch generationally. One of the things that tends to happen is, even if within our community, we get an opportunity to go away and go get a college degree and to begin to develop superstar professions and careers, and we evolve and develop into these big ordeals that our parents desire for us to become, what happens is we get so consumed with our path that it's not that we do it intentionally, but life consumes you, and there really isn't an opportunity to be able to continue to invest in other people the way that we want to, because we get consumed. Our time gets restricted, and we don't really have the time to invest in other people that we want to invest in other people. And one of the things that I said that I'm going to do is make a commitment to make time to invest in others. And that's what we're doing. So here's the deal about this live implementation workshop. I want you to think about this, wherever you are in your journey of wanting to build your success as an entrepreneur. And write down this website, by the way, NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass. You're going to need that in a second. But I want you to think about where you are. And I want you to think about the frustration that you've had. And I want you to think about, how long have you been frustrated about that place? In other words, where are you stuck? In your life, there's something that you want to do. You have a goal. There's something you see. It's right here. And you're saying to yourself, if only I can break through that thing to get to the other side, I will be where I want to be. But what happens is you try all these different avenues and you keep pressing and pressing and pressing, but it's like a glass ceiling. You still have this big blind spot and you have no idea how to get around it. Now, you might go through coaching programs. You might buy courses. You might go through all these different things, but it's still a blind spot. For some reason, it's very hard to get through and break through that situation. Here's what I've learned about where we are in this season of our lives. One of the biggest things that's lacking in our life right now is community, collaboration, and intentional connections. What do I mean by that? Too many of us are very comfortable in just this online space. What we have to do is begin to get out and get connected to others with intention to talk about what we need and being able to exchange how we can help each other grow without a lot of agendas, right? Yes, it's going to be cost involved. Yes, there are going to be sacrifices made. You might have to travel to get here, right? You might have to get some babysitters to do what you need to do. But the reality is there's something magical about pure, authentic connection where you come together and say, listen, I'm struggling in this area. I can't figure out how to overcome this. And I would like to get to this place. And you have a community around you saying, oh, that's easy. Let me help you. This is what you need to do. And this is what you need to do. And this is what you need to do. We're kicking that off and creating that space for you. And we're going to do it October 21st, the first one here in Atlanta. I would love to take it on the road, but we're going to see how the first one works. We won't do more than 40 people, and you do have an opportunity to be able to come now. Now, normally something like this, y'all, will be like a mastermind. We've done these before where people have paid thousands of dollars to meet us in the city, and we would coach them through it. But guess what? Normally, this would be thousands tonight and tonight only. And I'm not trying to sound like you at a swap meet or a flea market, but really, we're going to give you an opportunity to come at an affordable rate. It's $97 for a full day. Y'all, this would normally be $497, $997, or whatever. You can go to NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass if you want to be able to position yourself to make that happen. If you cannot make it, I still have information for you guys tonight, but I want you to know that that's one of the huge announcements. We are intentionally creating community to support you on where you are. Now, let's talk a little bit about why you struggle to turn all of your ideas into income, and what are some of the things that have been holding you back from creating the success that you want. I'm going to go over 4 key areas, okay? The first reason why you're not producing what you want in your life is because you're trying to do it by yourself. Guys, if there's anything that I've learned about where we want to go in life, is the fact that we truly do need each other. I think for me, I thought that I could get isolated, take my ideas, map out a blueprint, and then go out to the audience when I was fully ready and perfect to get things going. But what I learned is that I feed off of the energy of other people. And so the more I'm isolated, the more I struggle, and the harder it gets for me to have that creativity and that clarity. And so I had to start being intentional about connecting with people, building those relationships, and really being devoted to doing it on a consistent basis. Another reason why many of you guys are struggling is because you're trying to do too much. You're looking at a lot of what's going on around you, and you're trying to force stuff to happen really fast. The beautiful thing about accountability and connection in communities is that people can say, you need to get rid of all this stuff over here, focus on this one thing here, let's build this up right there, and then we can bring that other stuff later, but stay right here in this lane and build it all the way out. It's going to make a tremendous difference. Guys, listen, there's a lot of people doing a lot of great things, but the only way that you will get to your area of great is if you allow yourself to focus on one thing until successful. I give you a focus formula in yoursixfigureyear.com. It's free. It's a little workbook that I put together to help you identify, like, how the heck do I focus and what do I focus on? Too many of us are so bombarded with so many directions. And let me tell you guys something. It doesn't matter which lane you pick. Every single one of them requires a step-by-step process. You're going to have to go through the process in each one. So I don't care if you go out here and you want to start your own daycare, or if you go here and you start your online business, or you build a blog over here, you start an e-commerce store, or you start a network marketing business. Every single lane and vein has steps that you got to take to even get it to momentum phase to get to the money. The secret is figuring out what's the one key one you need to pursue for you, remove everything else out the way, and endure the process. Will it be hell at times? Hell yeah. Like, is it going to be hard? Oh yeah. Has it been a challenge for me to pursue my vision and my goals? Oh my gosh, I can't even begin to explain to you the stuff that I've gone through behind the scenes. But what's so beautiful is I have friends, and I would call them and I would tell them, I'm struggling, I need help. And they would push me through that process and say, Nick, you see this on the other side. This is what we have for you, and it's going to be amazing. So I want you guys to understand that trying to do too much is holding you back. The third thing is following too many people's paths. Look, I know it's a bunch of Insta famous people, a bunch of amazing folks on Facebook and Periscope and all these amazing social media sites. But guys, you don't have to try to become all of those people. You have to figure out what path is best for you and take your vision, manifest that vision, and watch the magic happen. The fourth thing is a lack of clarity. A lot of you want the end result without clarity of what you really want for yourself. So in other words, the end result is I want money, I want cars, I want houses, I want nice things, but I have no idea what way what really works best for me in an attempt to pursue it. So for example, some of you guys are trying to build internet businesses and you hate technology. And so no matter how much money you spend, how many courses you buy, how many coaches you hire, how many programs you join, you have such a resistance to technology because that's not where you succeed well. That's not where your gifting is. Doesn't mean you can't build an online business. It means you need to hire somebody who likes technology while you focus on your strength that is going to produce the income. And it may be you're good at speaking. And so you focus on the speaking and you focus on Facebook Lives, but you hire the tech piece. But that's the fourth reason is lacking clarity. How can you get clarity? You can head on over to yoursixfigureyear.com when we're done and get that focus formula to begin to get clarity. But what can you do now to get to profits quickly? Now, here's one of the key things that I want y'all to understand that I had to learn. And this is something that I'm going to be providing for you guys to make your lives a lot easier, because times have changed since we've been online. Things are moving extremely fast and your learning curve is getting shorter and shorter, meaning we had time back in the day when I started 10 years ago to learn a lot of this stuff. Now you guys it's so much coming at you that the learning curve frame is being condensed. And so you don't have the time. It's just too much to learn. So here's how you get to money quickly in your business. There's three things. There's one core thing, but three ways. The one thing that you have to learn how to do, y'all, is leverage. Learn the power of leverage, okay? Learn to leverage other people's knowledge. Learn to leverage other people's resources. And learn to leverage other people's experience, okay? You have to learn the power of leverage. So what is other people's knowledge? Stop trying to figure it out on your own. Coming together with a community of people that have a specialty in certain areas, we got to learn how to ask for help. Can you help me? I'm struggling with this area. Can you give me a simple solution? Call your dad, Carson. Can you give me a simple solution, right? I'm struggling. Just saying I need help. Stop trying to learn everything. See, y'all trying to take every course, learn every skill, learn every process, stop trying to learn everything. I learned that my role is no longer to be an expert in everything. We can be a jack of all trades and a master of none. That will not make you money. See, I'm good at making money. I'm good at creating income opportunities. That's where I'm going to focus. I now hire people to do a lot of the stuff that really is not my specialty. So leveraging other people's knowledge is positioning yourself in a community of skilled people that can help get you what you need in those areas without taking another course to learn it, or without buying more books and going to more seminars about a new skill you got to learn. Figure out what you do well and build a community of people around you. If you suck at numbers, then get people around you who are really good at numbers in your life. If you suck at writing and speaking, then get people who are great speakers in your life. Get people around you that can help you build that skill. So you got to leverage other people's knowledge and then leverage a network of people. Another thing is leveraging other people's resources. Listen, y'all, how many of you want to make money from creating your own courses? Any of y'all want to make money creating your own courses? So let me just tell y'all, my first 10 years online, I was able to produce multiple millions of dollars, multiple six figures every single year. And I never created a company. I never even had very few of my own stuff to sell. I was selling other people's stuff. See, you can jump right in. Other people can already have things in place for you. You just leverage what they have in place and you get right into profit. You don't have to build out no funnels, and you don't have to build out no products, and you don't have to build out, you don't even have to write your own content. And I'm going to introduce you guys to that in next week on our masterclass. So make sure that you write down NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass. Okay. The third thing is leverage other people's experience. Get in the room with people who've done what you're trying to do and let them tell you the key things you need to get done to make it happen. One of the things that we're doing to make that happen is we're going to provide that for you at our live implementation workshop taking place on October 21st. Make sure you guys opt in over at NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass, and then you'll see on the second page an opportunity to come to that live event. Trust me, it's going to be a game changer. Anybody who gets in a room with us for that event will walk out feeling like they've gotten 10 years worth of information in a 4 or 5 hour window. And it's because we're going to cut to the chase and give you the results that you need. So let's talk about how to turn your problems into profits. I want you guys to think about the last 2 to 3 things that you've been trying to figure out that frustrated you. Like, how in the world can I get this done? What is the answer? What is the solution to really bringing this thing into play? When you begin to think about the last things that you struggled with that made you go investigate, research, take courses, get a new skill set, and do all these things to get the answers and the solutions for it, you'll realize that you got the answer so that now you can turn it around and be able to provide that answer to an audience that wants it. There's something that I learned many years ago when I first got started online, and it's called the LIST formula, okay? The LIST formula. LIST stands for learn, implement, self-reflect, and teach, okay? Learn, implement, self-reflect, and teach. As soon as you get the answer to that big frustration that you had, you learn what you need to learn so that now you are on the other side of that frustration. You go take action on it and you bring that thing into practice. When you bring that thing into practice, what happens is now you realize, oh, okay, I can do this. I am capable. Then you self-reflect, right? What are some of the key things and struggles and frustrations that I had? What is the system that I got out of this to get to this answer? And I'll explain an example to you guys in a second. But what is the answer to getting this done? Like, what was the steps that I took to get it done? When you map out those steps, y'all, you now are going to go out there and teach it because you went through the process of turning your problems and frustrations into answers. So now you're going to turn your problems and frustrations into profit. Let me tell you how I did this a couple years ago and how it added an extra $200,000 into my bank account. A couple years ago, this was 2009, 2010. I was building network marketing businesses on the internet, and I was being introduced to blogging and social media marketing, and all these things were fairly new at the time. And one of the things that frustrated me was writing content. It's like I didn't have time to write content. I didn't have time to write blog posts. I didn't have time to create stuff. It was too much work. And so I was trying to figure out, how can I find a quick and easy way to get content made? I checked out writers and all these other things. But then I got introduced to this concept of buying pre-written content. And as soon as I got introduced to the pre-written content, I was like, well, let's see if there's any content out there for network marketing that's pre-written. Well, guess what? There was nothing out there for network marketers that was pre-written content. And so I said to myself, I was frustrated at first. Why can't somebody make the content? I spent probably months trying to find pre-written network marketing content that I could buy. Then a big aha moment hit me, y'all. And I was like, why don't you do it? So I immediately started hiring writers, started putting this content into play. And I realized that a lot of network marketers were looking for this, but it didn't exist yet. So guess what? I created it, and it was called the MLM PLR store. My first weekend of rolling it out, I put a team in place. We put the process in place. We created all this content based on different companies, and we put it together for other businesses, other entrepreneurs to just buy it and use it to build their businesses. And guess what? Our first weekend opening, we made $10,000. We had so many people buying from our store. We literally would have people all over the world. I'm talking Asia, I'm talking Abu Dhabi, I'm talking New Zealand, Australia, because we became the only network marketing content store in the world. because it was a big frustration I had and a big problem, and I was looking for the solution, and I realized it was me to create it. And over the years, we were able to produce multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. And even to this day, I still make money from that content that we wrote 5 and 6 years ago. You have an opportunity to turn your problems into profits by implementing the list strategy. Okay. Now let's talk about what you need to stop doing today so that you can start manifesting money that you desire in your life starting now. Guys, here's one of the key things that we must stop doing. And in order for us to get to a place where we can really elevate in life and in business, we can grow to where we want to grow, and we don't have to have the next generation start from scratch all over again, is that we have to stop being isolated. We have to begin to collaborate, connect, and immerse ourselves into community. And what I mean by that, guys, is being intentional to be in environments where you're going to get the support that you need to grow your business. One of the things that I know that I've needed to do for years, and I kept hiding behind the computer, is to be a vehicle to help make that happen. And so I recently just realized, like, Nicole, if you don't stop putting this thing on hold and get out there and do what God has called you to do, which is to speak, teach, and train, and actually be a mentor to people who are behind you. And when I say behind you, some of you are getting started where I was 5, 6 years ago. And there's information that I have in this brain and on this computer that can benefit you in the growth of your business. But I had to stop hiding behind the computer, and I had to just hit the go button and begin to get out there and make it happen. And so that's why today is the launch of all of this happening. We have a couple of resources that we're putting in place for you guys. And over the next couple of months, we're going to start unfolding for you the step-by-step process to begin positioning yourself for profits online by leveraging other people's content and turning it into cash flow, taking your problems, turning it into profits, and positioning yourself to be able to launch, grow, and automate an income online by leveraging things that I've learned over the past 10 years, along with some key partners that I have that we're going to be introducing to you guys to help you walk through this process. So here's what we have in place. All right. Next Tuesday, we're going to do a master class. It is a free master class. It will only be free for that night. And then there's going to be a minimal fee to be able to access it the day afterwards. And the reason why is because if it's free forever, you're not going to show up, number one. Y'all know that, right? If we're like, oh yeah, come back and get the replay, it's free forever. You're not going to show up because there's no obligation in that. And the second thing is a lot of times we don't cherish what we don't invest in. And so we'll charge a fee after the masterclass. I'm going to put a small little fee on it, but I'm going to teach you guys the 5 steps to turning content into cash flow. All of us have content. You're having conversations every day that other people will pay you for access to. You have knowledge and skills for many, many years based on your life's journey that you can package up and turn it into profits. You have insight. You have ideas, your vision. There's a myriad of things that you have that you can begin to package and turn into profits. Next Tuesday, I'm doing a free masterclass. And that's why I kept giving you the address, NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass, where you're going to be able to get access to the 5 steps to be able to turn things and really get to profits a lot quicker in your business, and even in your journey online. Even if you have not been able to learn a whole lot of information, don't even worry about it. We're not trying to get you to know everything. We want you to know what you need to know to get the results that you need to get. So make sure that you go and you register at NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass to get access to this masterclass that we're doing on next Tuesday. For those that actually attend the masterclass, I'm going to be giving you guys a 7-day, what do we call it? It's like a 7-day profit booster blueprint, whatever. It shows you what to do over the course of 7 days to begin to have your first product for sale in 7 days. All right. So it doesn't matter what the name is. The point is we'll give you a 7-day blueprint for how to actually position yourself for profits in 7 days or less, if you do the work. Okay. So that's for those of you that attend on the live masterclass. The second thing is we have the live implementation workshops, y'all. We are kicking this off. You all actually are getting the first introduction to it. Then we're going to go marketing it over the next week or so. We have a ton of people that's been waiting for us to do an event. And we're only going to have 40 seats available. We're going to have specialists in the room who are familiar with a myriad of things when it comes to building a business. So it's almost like a one-day coaching program where you can come in, get coached on what you need to get your business up and running, cut to the chase, and get what matters for you that's catered to you. And it'll make a world of difference by the time that you leave. All right. And so you can go ahead and when you go to NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass, you'll actually see on the second page an opportunity to register and lock your spot in for that. Guys, my VIP day to work with me for a day individually is $2,500 for the day. Okay. And yes, people pay me that because I know my stuff and I'm good at what I do. So for you to get access to this for the $97 rate that we're giving you and all the experts in the room is actually called insanity for the price that we're charging. But the goal here is not to put a whole bunch of prices on all this stuff, is to be a resource to figure out what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? How can we help you get your business to the next level? Because I realize there's a lot of people just selling air. They'll promise you all this stuff and they're like, oh, we're going to help you do this, that, and the other. And then you invest in it and then you get there and they give you some motivational speech and they tell you, you can do it. And, you know, you're amazing and just pray and God will do it. And it's like, what do I do? Like, what's step one? Can you tell me what's step two? Like, how we gonna put this in place? Like, what's my formula? And it doesn't mean those other things aren't good, but I'm a results-driven person. So I'm like, what do you need? What does it take to get there? Let's produce the result. So make sure you go ahead over to NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass and lock your spot for the Atlanta event. We do Tuesday the masterclass. I'm doing two. Okay. So we have a free online masterclass that's totally different happening next Tuesday night. Okay, that's free. Anybody in the world can sign up for that. The second page, once you opt in, is our Atlanta live event on October 21st. Okay, so you're going to see two different dates, two different events. They're tied in together, and but they're going to actually give you an opportunity to see them. Okay. So go ahead and opt in to NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass. Guys, we have some amazing things rolling out. I cannot wait until next Tuesday to show you how to turn content into cash flow. Content is all around you, baby. And it's time to turn that into money. I shared this last week on one of the lives that I did. I personally have a 8-figure blueprint just from content. And trust me, we're going to make it happen in the next 3 to 5 years. And I want to help you guys do the same because I shared with you guys on yesterday, the economy is about to shift. And information is the new economy because information is able to be global. And so in order for you to position yourself to really have income, guys, you got to be smart and you got to position yourself where you're making money without working a job. There's nothing worse than relying on a paycheck. Trust me, I know, I've been there, and there's nothing harder than having one source of income that somebody else controls. If you don't want to be that person stuck under the realm of somebody else's control, then you want to put yourself in position right now to figure out, how can I put myself in position to start making money? I tell people there's an audience for everyone. You don't have to have 1,000,000 degrees. You don't have to know a lot about a lot. I don't care if you're good at crocheting or potty training a puppy on the toilet or potty training a cat on the toilet. You can literally take what you know and turn it into cash flow. And we're going to show you how to do that on next Tuesday. So this is for those who don't want to be in a rat race and they want to learn, what do I need to do now to set myself up that if the economy shifts, I'm not a product of another layoff or unemployed or a recession, but I start making my own economy and I position myself for wealth. And so this is what we're going to do on next Tuesday. Make sure you lock your spot at NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass. And guys, we're going to be rocking and rolling on next Tuesday. Also, lock your spot for the Atlanta event. I see orders are coming through. So congratulations to those of you that are locking yourself for the implementation workshop. I'm super psyched about that. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot it over. I don't mind spending the next few minutes just answering your questions. But I do want to say thank you so much for joining me, you guys. We're about to make a major shift in our community. Amongst the live implementation workshops, we're going to start having some entrepreneur community events where we're going to get together and we're going to be doing some fun stuff. I want to do a skate party. I think I talked about that before. But like getting entrepreneurs together to really just build a community and a connection, skate parties, being able to have, there's this concept that I have. You guys probably have seen it before. It's something out there called family reunion, but you come together at like a farm table and you have dinner with your peers and you start really getting to know other people so that we can start building community and connection. So you can also join our Facebook community at joinmycommunity.com and get plugged in there. We're going to be doing a lot more engagement in there, seeing where people's needs are, helping you get the support that you need, making sure that, guys, we just need to be there for each other. If we don't want our kids to have to start over, it's time to collaborate, connect, and build community. And we're going to take the initiative. Myself and a couple of my other peers are coming together to help make that happen. And so if you're ready for that change, dive in. But make sure you guys head on over to NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass, lock your spot for the Atlanta workshop. And we're going to wrap it up. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them through here on Facebook or Instagram. I see people posting stuff on my Facebook page, but I can't read it. But if you have any questions, feel free. I see some folks responding on Facebook. I talk like for an hour straight. That's what you do on these lives. But any questions? Does anybody have any questions? All right, and I can't see those of you who have locked your spot. I see a couple of you have already made your reservation for our live event. So congratulations. I'm looking to see if it came through and I can kind of get around this and actually see it. But guys, it's time to make some stuff happen. I promise you, in 3 to 5 years, we will be generating 8 figures. Our goal is to show you how to do the same thing. You have 2 choices. You can either pay attention now and be a part of what it is that we're doing, or you can sit on the sidelines and watch what we're doing. But they say that there's 3 types of people in the world. There are those that make things happen. There are those that watch things happen. And then there are those that ask, what happened? And you don't want to be that person that's watching or asking, but you want to be positioning. And everybody's not ready, and I get it. So make sure that you position yourself to make it happen. Somebody said, what's the deadline for Atlanta? So the deadline for this price, the price is going to go up next Tuesday right after the masterclass. Okay. And so, if we sell 40 seats before next Tuesday, because I have partners that are promoting the event as well, it's either the first 40 seats sold or you have till next Tuesday before the price increases. Okay, so you can go ahead and register. And if you want the direct link to be able to just go and register for the Atlanta event, it's NicoleSCooper.com. I think it's live workshop. Let me look and see real quick. Yeah, so it's either, if we have 40 seats sold, I'm sorry y'all, like my phone is like up against the computer screen. That's what's holding the phones together. So let me see what the direct link is. I did create a direct link somewhere over here. The direct link for the Atlanta workshop is, where is it at? NicoleSCooper.com/live workshop. So if you want to go directly to there and reserve your spot, write that down. So if you can come back and revisit it and you want to book it, like if you get paid on Friday or something like that, and you want to book it then, so go to NicoleSCooper.com/live workshop. And you can be able to reserve and lock your spot. So next Tuesday, y'all, got a surprise for you. I'm going to help y'all have y'all first product ready in 7 days or less. And I'm going to show you how easy it is when you leverage other people's content, resources, and information. So I can't wait to roll this stuff out. We've been working hard all year for you for this. So make sure you are there next Tuesday, NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass. And I will see you then. Somebody, let's see, any questions? I'm locked in. Congratulations, Denise. All right, congratulations, Val. And so let me ask y'all a quick question. Since I'm helping y'all, can you help me? So Instagram Live, this is probably one of my first real lives. Can you save those, or once you stop, it's done? I don't really know how Instagram Live works. Is it done when I'm done? Like, that's it? It kapoots, gone, poof? Is that what happens? Yes, no, maybe so. And y'all are delayed. So I didn't know if you can save that if it stays on your profile or if it just comes to an end. So anyway, y'all, thanks for tuning in. Are y'all excited? I'm excited. Big things about to pop off. I'm coming from out of hiding. I'm ready to be used by God to really allow business to be my ministry. And I'm about to take some people with me. So y'all said, I don't know, got me. I don't know either. I feel like somebody grandma learning technology. All these millennials are killing it online. But you don't need to know everything to make money, baby, because I sure just hire them. I don't have to know it all. So anyway, all right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. You're in. All right, congratulations, Michelle. I think it saves. If it don't, Mary would be all right. But all right, you guys. All right, I'm going to wrap up. Y'all have a great and awesome evening. Thanks for joining me, and let's get ready to make it happen. I'm excited for those of you who have registered for both the masterclass and the workshop. All right, so get ready for that on next Tuesday, and y'all have a great and awesome night. I'm learning. I'm trying to close down Instagram. I'm like, I don't know how this works. It says I could share it for 24 hours. Where are you sharing it at? Oh, look, see, you don't have to know everything to have an eight-figure blueprint. I don't need to know it. I'm just going to hire people and have people around me that know it. That's it. So anyway, Nicole, do you offer remote attendance to the event? I'm going to see if I can broadcast it live. Let me work on that. Yeah, we can work on that. I just don't know what kind of technology you need to do that, but it will be nice to live stream. I know some people, they do their events all the time, so we'll see if we can set that up. I'll go with you. I'm in Toronto, Canada. Where are you going with me at, Denise? All right, so but yeah, Sherlyn, I'll see if we can broadcast it. Okay, and I'll let you know. Just make sure you get on the list over at NicoleSCooper.com/masterclass, and we'll try to get that answer for you. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm going to wrap this up. Have a good night. Thank you for joining. Bye.